Hey there, it's day 118 of Walk with Winston, and I hope that you're having a really great day. As you can see from my attire, it's a frosty morning here in Tampa, and I know it's very cold all over the country right now, and that makes exercise more challenging, particularly in northern parts of the world right now. It's you have to bundle up more. In some cases, with the ice and snow, it's kind of dangerous. And so, kudos to you guys who are continuing to take daily small steps of action towards the life of your dream. And whether that is in business, where you have decided that today I am going to make 3 outreach calls to prospects, or maybe in your financial goals, you have decided to really dig in there and look at your spending. These are small positive habits that over time stack one action upon the other and get us to the results that we really hope and dream for. So today I want to share a story about persistence, but also I really want us to think deeply about our motivation for change. So the story is, yesterday was a whirlwind day. I was doing a round trip from Tampa to DC and back, same business day, because I only had a 5-hour meeting, and it's like, why spend the night when you can go there on a direct flight, have the meeting, take care of all the tasks you have to do, and then be back home in your own bed the same day. It's great from a personal and business perspective, but it puts a bit of a crimp in your exercise goals. At least it does mine. So last night I get back to the airport around 10 o'clock, and I am 2,500 steps shy of my daily goal. Now, mind you, I had taken extra long routes around the airports because I knew that the step count that day would be really challenging, because the 5-hour meeting I was in, we were sitting the entire time. Maybe a little stretch break here or there. And so actually, when I got to the DC airport after the business meeting yesterday, I was like halfway to my goal at 5,000 steps. I was like, oh goodness, my streak of 10,000 step days is really in jeopardy. And I'll tell you one other piece of this motivation. Good morning. Was that as of the first of the year, I've had a really good momentum in terms of my daily step count. My sister and I this year have adopted a new stretch goal that's 20% higher than our last calendar year, which was our best year ever in terms of number of steps. And so my last travel day, which was a very long trip to Denver, I ended up saying, oh my goodness, you're tired, cut yourself a break, don't worry about it. And I broke a streak. And then when I look back at it, it's like, gosh, I could have easily gotten the extra steps with a little more effort on my part. So when I got to the airport last night, going back home, I'm halfway to my goal for the day. I thought, goodness, I better start walking around this airport. And so that's what I did. I did, I think, 4 loops around the little concourse. The concourses there are not particularly long, but I did 4, and it added about 2,000 steps to my total. And so when I got to Tampa, I'm still 2,500 to 2,700 steps shy of my daily goal, and it's 10 p.m. Well, there was this internal motivation inside of me. It's like, okay, you gave yourself a break last time, and then you regretted it, because you could easily figure this out. You're a smart guy. You're a motivated guy. You can figure this out. So and I have about a 30-minute drive, so it's around 10:30 by the time I'm in a position to start getting steps again. So I said, I can go to the grocery store. I can knock out a couple errands and get some steps in. So sure enough, I take the long route around. I go, weaving in and out of aisles and going at a pretty good pace, and the store's pretty empty. It's about to close. So I get in the car. It's like, darn it, I'm still 1,300 steps shy of where I need to be. And what happens in that moment is you think, can I really do this? Should I really do this? What's going on? But then I remembered the regret that I had for missing my goal just a week before. And so it's 11 o'clock at night, and by the way, I am an early riser, and I'm a person that goes to bed pretty early. So this is not only a physical beat the clock type challenge, but it's also one of my body is usually conditioned to being asleep by this time. So I pop in an online class that I'm taking, and it's pretty much an audio class. I can just listen to it. There are visuals and graphics, but it's not critical to the overall content. And so I pop that baby in, and I'm walking around my little house, going round and round and pacing. And then finally, 10 minutes before midnight, I hit my step goal for the day. That's where the balloons pop out, the cheers happen. I could hear you guys right now cheering for me, yay. Well, I share that story because as we think about the daily steps we're taking towards our goals, it's so important to make a decision, to decide. We can't be wishy-washy. The Bible talks about how one of the most disappointing states in life is to be lukewarm. We should be on fire with our love of people and love of God. We shouldn't be lukewarm. It talks about spitting out lukewarm water. And I think that's the way we have to be about our goals and about our desires in life. That it's so easy to be double-minded. It's so easy to go, well, on this hand, I believe in this, and on the other hand, I believe on that. And that is a recipe for being in the exact same spot we're in a year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now. And talk about regret. Talk about regret when we know that had we made a decision, we would have a much different outcome. I'm a firm believer that with the things that we are responsible for and the things that we can control, our experience today is the sum total of all these little decisions we've made over the last few years, months, weeks, or days. So, and do you guys know the origin, Latin root of the word decide? Side? It's the same root as insecticide or homicide. It means to kill. It means to cut off. It means to, in the case of decision, it means to cut off all other options. And you're pursuing that straight on with determination and consistency. And you don't look back. So as I think about my health journey, if I met with my doctor later today, and she said to me, Mr. Faircloth, you have a chronic heart condition, and the prescription for you for a long, healthy, beautiful life is that you must lose 50 pounds and you must have daily exercise, believe me, I'd find a way. Well, why wait for somebody external to say that to you? Why not take responsibility and make the decision for ourselves? We've got to get off the sideline. This is my I'm preaching to myself here. We've got to get off the sideline. We've got to make a decision and then take the daily actions required to joyfully live out that life. Well, I hope that you have a great day. And I hope that all of us can be a little less lukewarm, that we can decide, cut off all options, and progress directly into the life that we dream of. With that, you guys have a great day. I'll talk to you again really soon.